Hello, everyone. Um, Welcome to hell. Okay. This didn't work like I thought it was going to. Alright. I think I figured it out. Hello, everyone. Let me fix all of this. I am sorry for this mess of a stream. I can't hear anything. Oh my god. Wait, yes, I can hear you. For some reason, it's not going through my headphones. I'm sorry. Uh, so, can everyone hear everyone? Swear to God, if I'm forced to take off my headset, I'll cry. Hold on, I can't quite hear anyone for some odd reason. Are you serious? Okay, I'm sorry. What is happening? Technical difficulties. Yeah, the reason why it's faint and choppy is because for some reason it's playing through my speakers and not through my headphones, which I don't know why. So, I. This is awful. Why isn't this working? I'm really sorry. I don't know what's going on. Okay. I need a minute. I'm trying to figure this out. I'm sorry.
Yo, it's the mask. Hell yeah.
Ain't no way, it's the mask! I'm gonna pray that you guys can be heard. Oh my god, everything's going to shit.
Yeah, I can hear.
Oh, thank the Lord Jesus in heaven. Is that... I just pulled up... do you have...
I can't even hear myself at all now. I'm just completely quiet now.
Yeah, I can hear. I can hear myself, so.
Wait a minute.
Yo!
Oh! Cypher's here!
Oh no.
I can't even hear myself at
Oh,
all.
chaos.
Oh,
dear.
now I can hear myself a bit too much. Tune me down a bit, Crispy. Tune me down a bit.
You're
Ow! Oh,
You're the host now.
my ears! Oh, crap.
You got this, Bonnie. I believe in you.
Alright. Alright, that's better.
This is a shit show and a half.
Oh god.
I'm surprised my mic hasn't fallen over yet.
You know that funny moment when... you're doing something and a family member tries to call for you and you have to yell at them to tell them that you're in the middle of something? Yeah, that just happened.
Oh, joy. This is
not going okay. Hello, everyone.
So far, this is the best QnA I've been on, but I've only been on once, so I can't exactly judge it.
Cypher, you're not using a camera, are you?
Are you talking to Cypher on Discord?
I don't know where. I don't know. My throat already hurts.
Hey, you guys, we have about 15 minutes left. I have a 2.5-year-old. You guys want to get going?
Shit.
Oh,
I'm
shoot.
so sorry. Okay, so I don't want to have to do any. I don't have anything to introduce. This I don't have anything to introduce. I will pull up my questions. So, first of all, what got you into the acting industry, or like just acting in general, Mr. Etebari?
You know, my mom was in the arts, and I think after college, I wanted to do something that was creative. And you know, I don't know. I found a really interesting teacher that inspired me into the whole idea of acting. I mean, when you live in Los Angeles, most like everybody in their teens are doing some commercials or stuff like that. But to go to that next level, you usually need a really good teacher or a mentor. And I had found that in this teacher guy named Sal Dano. So I think that really started to pave the way for me being an actor, not just necessarily being like a doing print work or, you know, small advertisement stuff, but actually like trying to pursue it as a craft.
Ah, I see. And to answer Star Miner in chat, yes, you are allowed to ask questions, but I will be selecting them to make sure that they are not off the rails. What was your favorite thing to act or participate in, aside from painting? Assuming that it's your favorite.
Well, if we wanted to talk about my favorite thing in Payday, it definitely had to be Hardcore Henry.
Oh,
right?
yeah,
that
one was good.
That was really the first time the Payday gang got to come out blazing, just like you would imagine, or what we do in the video game. It had the action. I think it encompassed everything about being part of the Payday community. I mean, obviously the dentist, obviously some of these other ones that we did were really fun and great. But when you talk about like really embracing the Payday in the game, I thought Hardcore Henry was pretty spot on. It's pretty dope.
I mean, it really did. Let's see. What kind of... So this one pertains more to being in touch with the community. what kind of fan work have you seen, and and what are your stances on it? Things like artwork, fan fiction, or like
I mean, I did
mods.
this. I think, you know, I've tried to do that a few times with Payday, and I love it. I did the Dallas bow tie, all that fan artwork blew me away, from real detailed work to sketches. When I recently did that with the Red Rogue, I got about 20 people that sent stuff in. I just love it. I mean, it's such a great vision of how like engaging the fans are, and it's inspiring. I think the Red Rogue I did and the Dallas bow tie. Um, I love it. I love it. I think that seems to be the most intimate way to communicate and share with the fans. You know, you inspire them, they inspire you. You guys come out with a mutual piece of art. So I'm into it all. And even when I was on Witchblade, I was always getting sent Nottingham stuff. You know, I like that stuff. I think that's one of the cool perks of being in the entertainment business is people want to share their creativity with you, and you get a large variety of stuff like that Red Rogue, and even like the Dallas bow tie.
Yeah.
I just thought, yeah, I thought that was really cool, really cool.
All right. Well, let me check what the rest of this. This one is from one of our pals in the Discord server that this all started in. What are your thoughts on the concept of alien or psychic bane? This pertains a lot more to the lore, but
Repeat that question.
What are your thoughts on alien or psychic bane? It's a theory that has been arising in the community that it's like the Payday Gang has some sort of psychic ability. What are your thoughts on that?
I buy into it all.
Yeah.
I do. I mean, I believe there are Martians. I believe there are people who can walk on water. I believe there's people who can read people's minds. I believe people are reincarnated into to other things, whether it's an object, an animal, or another person. It just seems like if you underestimate the world and all these ideas, you're behind. But I actually think I believe it all. And as you realize, we're starting to evolve as we evolve, and we explore more of, you know, not necessarily what's always told to us and put in front of us. I think there's a lot of stuff that's outside of the normal understanding. So I buy into it all. I like it all. I think as an artist, you want to as well. You want to believe that there's something outside of just us. That's inspiring. It shows that, you know, Mother Nature's not just this small bubble that we envision ourselves in, but it's beyond our comprehension, and that's endless, which is cool.
It is.
Oh yeah.
Well, you hear that, guys? Psychic Bane canon to Payday real? We got it confirmed! And
Eric, can I call you by your first name?
Sure.
Yeah, thank you. I want to ask, how is it actually on the Payday shoots themselves? The final product looks very indie, so I want to see. Did it feel indie on the set? Did it feel like that?
I mean, are we talking which there's the webisode, and then there were a few like the dentist, the hardcore Henry. Which are you referring to?
Just kind of in general, did it get more professional as you went as well? I suppose.
I think as the Payday, that concept grew from the webisode to like stuff we did with hardcore Henry. Yeah, I think it went from real indie we started getting really produced. I mean, Ilya, the director, he did the movie Hardcore Henry. So now we all of a sudden we have a big movie director coming up, a theatrical release, shooting one of our final videos. So no, I think there was an interesting arc from independent to kind of real studio level, right when we kind of peaked. Even when we did the closing the finale in the rain, right? Like we made that rain. That was a big production. So I enjoyed the progression, and as we segue into Payday 3, I was really excited on what the capabilities and where we were going to take it even more professionally and more in depth and more nuance. So yeah, that's my feelings on that.
Lovely.
Someone asked, Buntwitch in chat asked, during the filming of the Payday web series, what were your favorite moments with the cast?
I think, believe it or not, it was in the pool hall scene. There's a pool scene after we've robbed everybody and we killed a few billions. And we're all hanging around. Damon, Hoxton, we're all hanging around their shooting pool, and I come in and I'm kind of like, yo, what are we really doing? Are we just here mercilessly killing people? Or are we really trying to take from the rich and give to the poor? I thought it was an interesting opportunity for Dallas's character, who in a video game you don't really get to see that human side of him, to try to bleed that into a little bit. So we're just not these like wild, crazy mercenary killers, but the old concept of Payday and Dallas and that crew at that point was to really undermine the wealthy, the controlling, the people who are manipulating the world, and try to balance the scale. It's a video game because it's like kill, 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 kill. But I thought when the director Damien allowed me to play that scene that way, I thought it brought real humility to the gang. It brought a realness. It didn't take the lives that were lost for granted. And I think that's probably what I brought as an actor. Like that was playing in my mind. I was like, oh, we just can't kill all these people, steal all this, and celebrate. Like there's a little human loss here, loss of life, and we're making a decision to go after this shit at a cost. But I wanted to check what that cost was with the guys. So that was one of my favorite scenes because we were all there. It was just genuine. It was kind of an improv scene. And I had my three bros, Derek, Damien, and I, which were kind of the trio of that was the new blood coming into Payday.
I love that. Honestly, that scene is my favorite too. Like, I'll go on YouTube and like rewatch it just because it's just like, damn, Dallas really be shitting himself over this entire thing, and I love it.
Yeah, I think. And anytime you have your heroes struggling with morality, I think it keeps it human. I think more people can identify with it. So that's the goal.
Yeah. Let's see. Would you take part if Payday were to be real? Asked by Logina6.
I mean, absolutely, but I would definitely have more empathy towards how we go about it. Like I love it. I've heard in Payday 3 now they're kind of moving around civilians more. Like the garbage can. But yeah, I do believe I've always been a person that fights for the underdog. So I do see myself. I could join and create a real deal Payday gang.
All
Oh
Absolutely.
my
Just
god.
remember to plead the fifth when it actually happens.
I mean, I might have to work on his style a little bit, but no, I think I would. Look, it's The Sound of Silence. Some of these movies, those are heroes. Those are people making a change. So if that gang at that point was doing something that was going to be monumental without the risk of innocent lives, like that's the Payday gang I would be into. Plus, think about how much money people have right now. There are people that have $300-400 million contracts. Let's go get that money.
Yeah. Steal from the rich.
Bob Iger's got $1 billion. Like let's he doesn't need all that money. Like we could get that money and pass it out.
Steal from the rich, give to everyone else.
Yeah, I mean it's a classic story.
Gotta love that. I can't process any of my questions anymore. Do you play any of the Payday games? And if so, what is your preferred playstyle?
I don't play them often. I did when I first got involved, become familiar with it, but I'm definitely much more of a voyeur. Um, so, like, what's your favorite play style? Like, help me out here. What are styles? What do you mean?
Uh, that's something that I wasn't expecting. Um, like how, like let's say stealth or loud, how one would go about the heist. Like, would they favor the objective more, or shooting people and absolutely murdering them more?
Exactly. You know, it's funny. Okay, then yeah, when I have played it, I'm more of the stealth versus the blow through everybody, and that ties back to like why that was my favorite scene.
Um,
Um, you know, I probably don't get as far. I wouldn't get as far in the game, but I would definitely be stealth. I would definitely try to maneuver around stuff. Um, that I think I would be stealth. Stealth would be me.
Stealth is a bitch to do in the games, but you know what? Go off.
It's true. It's true. It's true. It's bang, 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 bang.
Well, at least they're improving stealth in Payday 3, which leads me to
Yeah.
my next question. Despite not starring in Payday 3, are you still excited for its release?
How many people are on our? Do we know how many people are on this video chat right now? I'm curious.
There's 30 viewers as far as I'm aware.
30 viewers. Let me
32.
set the record straight. Do I want Payday 3 to be a huge success? Fuck yeah. Fuck yeah. Like, the reason why I'm doing this interview, the reason why we have people checking in is I'm part of that history. I helped build that love for the game. I helped rebrand it. Fuck yeah. I want Payday 3 to dominate, to be honest, because I believe that is a reflection of all the time and energy I put into it, and the other guys as well, or anybody from that matter of fact. Um, so yeah, are my feelings hurt, or did I get upset that I broke up with one of my favorite girlfriends? Absolutely. And I think anybody would, you know. I had a real personal relationship with Payday. Things do come to an end, but you know, my emotions and my feelings for it really only reconfirmed how dedicated I was to the brand, to the video game, to the fans. Um, and so in that regard, yeah, I'm super excited. I'm super hurt, but you know, only hurt to the in the regard. You know, I always imagined I would have a really cool send off. You know, the guys, a nice send off, like a what do they call it? Like a retirement tour. I would have loved a retirement tour. But listen, at the end of the day, it's a business. You read it all the time. Big actors will be on a TV show. They find out they got fired versus via Twitter.
Yeah.
So, you know, I have no hard feelings. I do think there's an interesting aspect now that becomes available. They never had voice. I was always the image, and it was Simon's voice. Um,
Sorry, I didn't quite catch that. You phased out of existence for a second. What?
through most of the game, it was usually my face and not my voice. And now I could always come back as a new character because you would have me and my voice.
That
So,
would be
Oh, that'd be
fucking
cool.
epic.
right. And it doesn't have to be like, it does I don't have to be Dallas at that point anymore because I am someone else. I'm the alter ego to the Dallas. I'm the revenging angel to the Dallas. So I thought it would be a really cool angle. So, I mean, there are some interesting possibilities of being replaced as Dallas, but the video games never had me in full voice and picture. So,
I,
you know, you keep your fingers crossed. You hope that the fans out there, you know, push to have you come back in some type of manner, and you go from there. But listen, Payday did well by me. The fans did well by me. I've 90% of my followers or people I follow on Twitter or Payday, so I'm in the know with what's going on, and I see the enthusiasm and I see the excitement, and I'm really excited to see, where it goes and where it even goes after that. So,
Okay, that idea of you as like a new heister reminds me that there's a mask in Payday called Paycheck Dallas.
I like it.
Paycheck Dallas and Payday
Paycheck
3
Dallas.
real?
Maybe we should have a contest and have someone design the mask. That could be the next like fan art thing.
Oh my god.
Paycheck Dallas mask. Let's do that. Well, there's 30
Yeah.
people here. Maybe we'll get a couple.
33 now. Let's fucking do this. Paycheck Dallas.
Oh, no.
Let's see. Sweet Dreamland Chaos asks, what was your favorite collaboration character?
Dream Chaos? Is that what it is?
Sweet Dreamland Chaos.
How are they spelling chaos?
CHAOS.
At one point in my career as an actor, when I first started, I had listed myself as just Chaos, Kaos. That was kind of my nickname. I thought it was cool because I had this really edgy headshot. It said Chaos, and I was submitting to all these little independent films, and I was getting called in like crazy. Like, who's got a name like Chaos? Let's see what he could do. So Chaos, I like that name. I said Hardcore Henry, but I would say the dentist would be right there next to it because I got to work with Giancarlo Esposito, who is one of Hollywood's classic, iconic actors. I thought Payday really put us in some interesting, positions from Giancarlo Esposito to Ron Perlman. I kind of like going through all these actors that I had grown up admiring and having an opportunity to interact with them in Payday. So I don't necessarily have a favorite, but I enjoyed that opportunity to be with those actors through the process, and each one for their own different fan reason, me as the fan. So, right, I would say order would probably be actors who I met would probably be the dentist. Then it would probably be the biker because that's Ron Perlman. Then the hardcore Henry because that guy Shalto, I think.
Mr.
So yeah, that would be my
Coldplay, you
order
could say.
of favorites.
Hmm.
I always want to say Coldplay because of the band.
Oh my god, Jimmy and Coldplay, but real, not clickbait, gone wild.
Oh my god.
That would go wild. He's too high on coke to know anything. Do you have any headcanons on what Dallas would do in his free time or what kind of hobbies he would have? Asked by Bun Twitch.
I would imagine Dallas, due to the type of work he does and having to be stealth, would probably do a lot of nature stuff, which is what I do personally. Honestly, I swim daily. I like that kind of cardio. I like that kind of workout. I like to run. I like to climb. So I would think Dallas's hobbies would really be, traveling the world and doing extreme mountain climbing, skydiving. I think he's a thrill seeker. As gamers, we're all thrill seekers. So I think Dallas on his off time kind of leaves society and taps into Mother Nature's challenges versus society challenges, government challenges, but, gets into the nature challenges, which he probably would believe, and I do believe prepares you for everything. Because everything after that's handmade. So if you can figure out and survive with Mother Nature, you can get around whatever's handmade.
I'm gonna take that and run with it because I've got my own story and that fits so perfectly. Let's fucking go!
Oh no.
Damien, you can't escape me. Anyways.
I'm gonna try.
You fool! Anyways. Mr. Glitch,
You know,
go on.
Go ahead, Mr. Glitch.
Mr. Glitch EXC wants to ask, how come you never voiced Dallas in Payday 2? Why did your camera disappear? What the fuck?
Oh,
Uh-oh.
dear.
Oh, he's gone. Uh-oh.
Oh, he's back.
Wait,
Okay.
hello? Eric?
Hey, welcome back.
Where'd you go? You phased off of the face of the earth.
Question scared the shit out of me before I even heard it.
Oh, okay, let's see. How come you never voiced Dallas in Payday 2?
I think the players really liked the guy they had. Pretty simple. And I think he was one of the originators, so I thought that there was a real loyalty to him. And when you got a guy whose voice is already like perfect, you don't want to fix a broken wheel. I think my opportunity for Dallas became available because everything was shot in LA, and they were looking to kind of at least rebrand with this webisode, and it was probably more convenient to hire me than fly Simon out all the time. So we kind of got this blind relationship, which is interesting. I've never even met him, but we've shared this personality for so long. So I'm kind of even hoping that they started to model it a little after him. That would have been nice as well. I've seen images of him. The new Dallas doesn't even seem too far off from me, so it's not like you guys lose me completely. I feel like they were inspired.
Yeah, I heard that the Payday 3 models are intended to look a bit more cartoony than what they were before. I can't confirm anything, that's just what I've heard. So, who knows how that's gonna turn out.
I would say one of my regrets, or not regrets, one of the things I was so looking forward to in Payday 3 was getting my face remodeled to be in the game. Because we had been, if you think about it, we've been working off some real dated tech there with our likenesses, right? It was pretty basic, and now what they're doing with it looking so human, like I was excited to bring a little more of that to the character. I think as an actor, that would have had a little more impact because you could have seen a little more nuances in the face that I think I would bring versus something that's just computer generated. Or when they first did our photos, it was just like right off a 35 millimeter digital camera, not a 35 millimeter camera, but like a HD camera. There was no real 3D masking. So for 10 years, we were just kind of working off a real one-dimensional image. But now with technology and the depth of imaging they can grab, I was kind of really looking forward to even humanizing the character more, and using the nuances that I think I could give even a video game as an actor, in my face, closer to reality. Make sense?
Yeah. By the way, I would like to introduce Cypher to the stream. Cypher, say hello. You're back. I'm sorry.
I don't know if my mic is working.
Your mic
Considering
is
I'm
working.
using my
Let's
phone at the
fucking
moment.
go.
It is working very well.
I
I had to hackerman my way into the Q&A by using my phone because I don't have a webcam and Streamlabs wouldn't let me join.
Unfortunate.
It's okay. I'll just copy and paste the no camera thing and just stick it on there. Moving on. Let's see.
Bro.
Houston and Dallas's relationship as brothers isn't really fleshed out, so it would be good to get some insight. That is one of the questions that who asked it? Logina6 asked, what's your opinion on the relationship, and how they're like brothers, both in game and in like fanon, like, how the fans interpret them.
It's interesting because we were just really getting that established in the webisode. You were really starting to sense the brotherness, like when he hits me after the heist and we're out in the parking lot, when I confront him and he's that scene we were talking about when we were all shooting pool or they're just hanging out after the heist. I always imagined moving forward that would have been really interesting. I thought once we started doing the individual one-offs like Hardcore Henry and some of these other ones, and Derek stopped doing them or wasn't involved, that whole brother story started to fade a little bit. But the idea of having a brothers in arm in a video game sounds pretty cool to me. It almost should be where if you are brothers, if something happens to one, it kind of takes points off the other because you guys are a family, right? They're interconnected. So if you're going to play brothers, you got to be careful. You could gain a little what he has, or you could lose a little what he loses. Does that make sense? You know, they're kind of connected. So when you're going into battle with your gamer, and one's Houston and one's Dallas, like you have to watch each other's back. If you get shot up, that goes against me as well. If I get shot up, that goes against you. If I score big, you score big. I thought that would have been a really cool way to incorporate into the game that like brotherly love and the accountability. Like we're brothers. It's gonna hurt you. It's gonna hurt me. That would have been cool. But I think once we stopped doing the webisode where we were really starting to establish these characters, that storyline started to fade a little bit and became more of like the folklore amongst the gamers of, you know, they're brothers. But I never thought we really had an opportunity to see where that was going to go. We started really establish that friction, which I thought was great. But we never got to see it materialize into anything.
That kind of sucks.
Yeah,
Despy,
but you know, that again, that's the difference between live action and video games. In a video game, it's a little harder to portray those feelings, you know, and I think that's why the live action was so effective, because it was human. At the end of the day, it was human. And as much as we want to play video games and stuff, we are still human. So if you could tie in the video game with some empathy, or you just watch the video, one of the trailers, then you go to play the game, and there's something in the trailer that made the game seem more human or gave it a little more richness, then we did our job. And I think that was a really cool element.
Yeah. On the note of the like Houston and Dallas's relationship, I did like the small detail when they emphasized on their relationship a little more. In Prison Nightmare, you can hear like their greatest fear like talking in the background. Yeah. And you can hear like lines for both Dallas and Houston like panicking over the like over them getting hurt, and it was that I love that. Like, oh no! The brothers! They're dying!
You know what I'm interested in? I'll tell you what, though. This whole experience from Payday 2 into Payday 3, and where AI is going right now in technology, I'm looking for a gamer out there that wants to, like, create your own game, right? I kind of feel like as an actor or a filmmaker, I've always told this to young independent filmmakers. I've always been like, hey, make your own movie. Make your own movie. You know, I think there's so many talented gamers out there that have great imaginations and the technical skill, but you know what? Maybe go make your own game. It's $1 billion business. It's $1 billion business. And if you are going to make a game and you can prove to me that you know what you're doing, DM me and I'll be in your game.
Yeah, let's fucking go. Guess who's been making so many game concepts? Oh, me. I have a lot of game concepts that I never have been able to put into action because there's just so many.
Bonnie Explo's trying to say stuff.
What the Explo? Oh, fucking shit. I can't have. I need to add a news source.
You need to be quiet.
Oh, this is great.
The reality is the whole Red Rogue thing, like that character with the fedora and the red suit, that was for a project that never came into fruition. I did a whole background. I created this character. I'm not ready to let that one go. I thought that the red suit like would pop in a video game. This, you know, is he blood or is he love, right? Love, blood. You know, we could come up with something really cool. Blood, love, right? Blood, love.
Explo, you can now be heard again.
Okay, great, perfect, thanks.
You're being stuck into the corner because I have no patience to deal with this anymore. Here you go.
Great.
Oh my god.
Yeah, good evening.
Oh my god!
Why?
Explode PNG just like eclipsed the whole stream.
Right.
I'm
So good evening,
sorry.
Eric. I
Hey.
want to say you will be very glad to hear I am in fact going to programming school next year.
Oh, nice.
So I will actually be learning how to make all these things. I am currently animating as well, with Flash and Adobe as such. So I will definitely contact you someday.
Yeah.
Hope you remember me.
And look, we're at also a point where entertainment, video games, like you can think outside the box. Like maybe there is a video game that's not your typical video game with a controller. I think that's where technology is going. We're going to think these ideas of controllers and video stuff is going to be dated once we're like stepping into it, or you have even more control of what the character's saying. Like part of the library that you get when you get your video game would be to download, have the actual character record your favorite lines, and then they apply it to the game. Like that would be dope, right? Like you still get the character's voice and stuff, but you kind of like you would like Alexa or a driving app or one of these that have all these pre-recorded voices, but you get to put in your catchphrases. You get to put in your cool shit,
yes,
right?
I love these customization-based video games.
Yes.
Usually to personalize yourself. Yeah, I think it would be a fantastic idea to let you actually make your own Vocaloid within the game, so you can insert yourself, for example.
Oh my god,
I
that was
I think that's a great idea that nobody has still done, but
No. And probably very doable with, I mean, if they could take your picture and they could do this and they're doing the AI
definitely
and change
nowadays
like,
it's easier than ever. We have the technology to, well, even though to do something, we have the technology to fake it enough.
yeah.
I got about like 2 more minutes, you guys, before I gotta run.
Oh fuck. Okay.
Okay.
Right.
Let's do a speed run, bitches. Okay.
Oh Christ.
What is the least favorite scene you've done in the Payday cinematics?
The least favorite scene. Interesting. Might have been the biker with Ron Perlman. They didn't really give us a lot to do. I got to show up, stare at him for 2 seconds, and walk away after I handed him the money. I was like, it's kind of cool to meet Ron Perlman, but I was like, and then Drog and Damien and Chains were just sitting in the car. We're just hanging out. We didn't do shit. Like that was probably right. Like here's the Payday gang, and we just kind of here you go. We were just sitting around. So that was the least of my favorites.
The entire role of Ron Perlman in the Payday franchise perfectly well.
And then but being immortalized next to Ron Perlman, who's a Hollywood legend, there's something cool about that. But as far as like what we got to do or what I would have liked to, probably the bottom of all the videos we did for me, and it was still great. So.
Yeah, I've never seen that trailer before, so visualizing just the Payday gang staring Rust down and then just handing him money is the funniest shit I've ever thought of. Oh god. All right, so
you want to put out like two more questions from whoever's.
I'm not seeing too many that are particularly eye-catching. I did want to, this is completely promotion, I'm sorry, but, when we were talking about game development, I want to hear your stances about a Payday 2 dating simulator.
Oh dear God.
Oh god.
God damn it, Bonnie.
I had to.
Well, explain that. What do you mean a Payday 2 date simulator?
God.
Crispy is.
I can explain since Bonnie's laughing. It's basically a game where where you play a character that gets to go on like dates with the Payday 2 characters.
A romantic choose your way.
That is a fucking fantastic idea.
Let's fucking go!
Oh no!
Fucking fantastic idea.
I knew it! I knew it! Oh, alright. Moving on. Last question.
The about that. Think about that. Like we think heisting, shooting, killing, but the idea of courting becomes the game. You know, how your manners are, where you choose to go, what food you order, your date, what car you pick her up in to get you points or no points. That's a fantastic idea. And then you could replace every date with your dream character.
I am going to take that and fucking run with it now.
Better run, and you can make me the face of the game.
Yeah! Dallas is actually the first.
That's what I'm talking about.
He
That's
is.
outside the box. That's
He is
brilliant.
the
That's
one
brilliant.
person that, like, he's my prioritized route right now, so fuck yeah. Oh shit.
Eric, I
It's
think
What's
you're
interesting about that is that you could really play with old school values and morals and new school values and morals, and whoever you're playing against or stuff, you kind of get to determine who they are by how they're reacting to the, say, not the gunplay but the love play. That's great. I
I
really
think
think
you've
if we were here
single-handedly just
today, it was
persuaded
to let you
me.
know that was great. Like, look, we need more love. There's so much war. There's so much war.
You're right.
And I always felt too with Payday. I always wanted the Payday gang to do stuff like they're doing. You know, let's stop child trafficking. Let's kill those dudes. Like, let's
Yeah.
stop.
Hell yeah.
Let's steal from the markets and feed the poor. Like, I always thought that would be a great angle because it had a moralistic tone to it. But if you did the date thing, you know, it'd be really interesting to someone like an aggressive date versus a passive date. You know, that's the same as like stealth or, you know, bombard. I even
Loud.
think right now. I love it so much.
I'll keep you
And who
updated
doesn't need a
on
little
that
more
if you
peace,
want.
love, and happiness in their life, right? So you could tap into something really cool that would release some endorphins, not in this aggressive manner, but in a real emotional manner, especially when we're so alone and isolated. Like, I think that's a great idea, Bonnie. Mwah, a great idea.
If you want, I'll keep you updated on that. But let's move on to the last question before we end this stream. Will you be in touch with the Payday community even after all of this? Not being cast in
I,
Payday 3 and stuff.
I definitely feel like I'm gonna play a great antagonist. I think I'm gonna still continue to be an antagonist. You know, I think I'm still gonna poke the flame. I think it's fun. I think that's what you guys kind of like about me. Um, but I'll probably take a step back for a moment and let Payday 3, you know, have its time. I don't think it needs to compete with me at this point. I think it needs to. They've made the choice to go in this direction. I think it needs the freedom to stand on its own and win everybody over. But I'm definitely gonna be coming back with some cool reunion fan art. I'm gonna miss it. I'm gonna miss it. I think I'm gonna miss some of the talent. So yeah, I think hopefully, you know, if I come back for any type of anniversaries or there's a reunion, yeah, I'm looking forward to all that shit. I really am. I really am. You know, and I think my ego and my emotions and my feelings over how Payday how it went for me for Payday 3, like anything in the world, it'll fade. I'll get onto something else. I'll be in a new game. I'll create a new character. I'll meet new relationships, and you know, life moves on. So
Yeah.
you know, let's put Payday on the map. This Payday 3, I can notch it as part of the work I did as well as everybody else before me, and we root for the best. Like, you know, I don't think any success is built on one particular person. It's a collaboration and an evolution. And Payday 3 is in its evolution stage, and I support that, and I salute them. And again, I think, you know, I think they're doing what's best for them, and doesn't necessarily be best for me. But I love them. I support them. I'm pissed, but you know, fuck it. Let's go find something else to do.
Yeah. All right. Well, I'm going to assume that that's all the time that we have.
Definitely.
Um,
Perfect.
I I would have had this go on longer because I had plans for Jackbox, but you know what? Fuck it. That's all the time we have for today. Explo, stop sticking Dallas masks on the bunnies! Stop it! But yeah, thank you so much for joining us, Eric.
All right, guys.
It was nice talking to you, and
You too.
I'm so glad that I don't know. I'm just so glad that you joined us. I'm sorry that I couldn't
No.
do well with the technical part of this or have better questions.
I think, for the few people who showed up, we got a nice little opportunity to get to know each other, and this is great. And thank you for wanting to interview.
Yeah, I hope that we can do this again at some point if I'll ever get around to that. So,
Well, hopefully it'll be the love game or it'll be the other game. Let's keep going. All right, guys.